what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother,
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Friday show, otherwise known as the Tone Show, with a couple of imposters in Martin and Pat have made their way onto the panel.
I thought it was part of the panel now. It's part who's the imposter.
I don't know this. By the end of next season, this show's gonna have about 10 people on it. And it's just gonna be a free for all. Yeah. So there we go. Build to everyone that's
you know what we need to do, mate. We need to do like pick the chat needs to pick the panel in the same way we try to pick Pep's lineup every week, and they're just going to fail miserably.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If we could ask the chat to pick the panel. That would be pretty interesting. But then some people are getting upset.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm probably am as well, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. What about if they vote me off my own channel?
Yeah.
The tribe has spoken.
Yeah, well, if I'm not here, who's going to run the show?
I mean, technically, I am probably the better host. But carry on.
I think Martin's having technical issues, guys. I don't know where he's gone. I don't know.
I love the serenity.
Yeah. How are we lads doing? Everyone all right? Everyone good?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good, mate. Yeah, had a nice little Friday over here. Weather wasn't nice, but still made the best of it.
Oh, you're complaining about weather, are you?
It's windy.
Well, it's absolutely chucking down rain here at the moment.
Oh, yeah, but it's summer here. Yeah, I've not seen the sun once in about 3 weeks, bro. It's horrendous. This is not right. Something needs to be done about this. This weather in this country is shambles, mate. Yeah.
I'll get rid of Tone. He's got sunshine in the background. Get rid of him. Kick him off his own show.
I've got sun out here, mate. All good. Look at that.
I don't know what that is, bro.
It's pissing it down in Manchester.
It's horrible.
Look at the fake fan down in the corner.
It's ridiculous.
You're walking down south with all these United fans.
Oh, he's got you there, Tom. What are you gonna do? Fire back, go on.
There is a United fan next door, actually. Unfortunately.
I bet he's never seen Old Trafford, has he?
I don't think he actually has now.
There you go.
He's been Old Trafford more times than him.
Oh dear.
Probably, yeah.
Well, I wanted to get started on the Bruno stuff. Martin, you was going to say something before we went live, but I told you to save it for when we went live. So why don't you tell us what you know on the Bruno situation?
What I reportedly know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
What you allegedly know.
Allegedly know. I just got told it's 98% done. Cross the I's, dot the T's. But my question is, the guys the other side of the world, how are doing medicals?
Well, I guess you don't have to. I guess you don't have to do a medical in Manchester. Like if you have, and this is probably one of the benefits of having multi-club ownership, because all the clubs will have the facilities, and I guess really you could do the medical anywhere in the world. Yep.
For all we know, that Bruno might even wait around after Copa America and just wait for City to come over the pre-season.
Yeah, but the problem is his release clause ends next week, apparently.
No, I mean like financially it could all be done and dusted, by next week, and then they'll just say, if depending on how deep Brazil go in the Copa America, they might say, well, in that case, we might as well stay there and we'll meet you there. Possible.
By the way, Money saying, listen, there's always a chance things can go belly up, as Tone, you know yourself. It's nothing's ever 100%.
Yeah, no, it's interesting though, Martin. If you don't mind, I will tweet that out and say my mate Martin has said 98%, and they get ready.
I have it on good authority.
Yes.
I've got the message. I don't know whether, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, but do you want to tell the main reason why you're 98% confident?
No, I can't say that because that might cost someone the job. So I'm not doing that.
Go on. Fuck
No, I can't. Because it didn't come from my usual guy. It came from Newcastle End.
Oh, you got contacts all over the gaff, aren't you? Little ITK.
Yeah, I'm not ITK.
You are ITK. No, it's time to accept that you are ITK.
That's in the
He
kitchen.
speaks to the ITK.
No.
Me and Tone are like the third party intermediaries.
No. You are. It's got to be said now. You are ITK. No.
Yeah. There you go. You've gone up. I'm third level. You've gone up now. You've just gone up. Two.
No.
I'm on 3.
I've only got The only thing I got right was the Nunes to Sauda that came out yesterday.
Do you accept that Nunes was a panic buy?
No, I'm not having it. Yeah, because you just want that. You just want me to say Nunes is.
I want you to accept that you was wrong. That it was a panic buy.
No.
Okay.
I will admit it's failed.
Oh, you said it's failed.
I think it's harsh to get rid of him after 1 year. I'll be honest with you, but there must be a reason, because all you ever hear behind the scenes, and this is not any ICK stuff, because it's out in the public domain, it's what a great trainer he is and how he's loved by everyone. And Pep is out in the public saying how he's found it very harsh to not play him in games.
Did he say the same thing about Calvin Phillips?
No, because he never mentioned about football with Calvin Phillips. All we ever heard about Calvin Phillips was he was a nice guy and a lovely smile. That's all you ever heard about Calvin Phillips. Nice guy and a lovely smile. If it was hiring a babysitter or someone to be, a model, great, I'm having him in. But you never heard about Calvin Phillips' football ability. Nunes has kind of been spoke about as in really good trainer, great to have around, doesn't sulk. But there must be some reason why they're willing to sell him after 12 months.
Because it doesn't fit the style of play.
Everyone's a panic bag.
Everybody's bricking it with Edison again because Fab, what's his face? Romano, he put out, he retweeted his one saying about him looking to go and all that, but still hopefully stays.
Yeah, here's a question on that then. If we sell, and this is a good one for the chat actually. Chat, get your thoughts on this one. If we was to sell Edison, which I think would be a huge mistake, I think we should do everything possible to convince him to stay. But say that Edison's just not having it and is like, nah, I'm not staying, I'm getting off. Would you promote Ortega to number 1 and buy a new number 2, or would you buy a new number 1 and keep Ortega as number 2?
Ortega's number 1.
Oh God, new number 1. I would get that lad from Milan. I know has been linked. Yeah, I would go and get him if possible. He's the only one who looks remotely close to.
What's he like on the ball, man? I've never seen him play on the ball. Is he decent or what?
Is it Mike It's about him, Mygan.
Yeah, but
Mygan.
Yeah.
The guy I got doing the rounds was that Costa at Porto.
Oh yeah, Diego Costa.
Yeah, some like £63 million release clause.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be cheap.
What annoys me about this, right? We're going to get roasted on the fee. Like we're probably going to break even on the new goal. So say we sell Edison and buy a new one. We're probably either going to break even or lose money and have a worse goalkeeper. That's why I'm getting stressed out about it. Because we're not selling Edison for like 100 mil. If we sell it, it'd be like 60 mil or something. We ain't getting 100 mil for him. So we'll sell him for like 50, 60 mil. We'll buy Maignan for probably the same or more money. And until he proves me wrong at this moment in time, probably have a worse goalkeeper.
The other option too was there was a little bit of reporting going on about that Werder Bremen keeper. I think it's Michael Zatera or something like that. they were saying one big standout for him is he's similar to Edison in the way that maybe not the best shot stopper, but he's amazing with the ball at his feet, and he can actually spray a really good pass, a long ball too.
Do you know what? I'm actually in the Ederson. Listen, to me, I think we need to do everything we can for Edison to stay. I understand his gripe. The guy's on that, and listen, by the way, someone's going to come at me in a minute and go, when I say only 90 grand, like he's living on beans out of a tin or something, and he's, picking up universal credit or whatever. I'm not saying he's poor, but with due respect,
he's not on market rate.
When Calvin Phillips is on 150 grand a week and he's not even at the club, he's got a bit of a gripe there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He clearly has.
I just put it, the way I say it, Martin, is the fact he's not in the top 12 most paid goalkeepers in Europe.
It's a joke.
That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say. And then people
And when was the last time he had a bump?
I think he signed a contract, didn't he? And then a year or 2 years after he come, he signed a new deal. He signed an extension, is my understanding, is what happened.
Dude, that's mad.
So I think he signed a new contract in like 2019 or 2020 or something like that.
I wonder what he was on when we first signed him in 2017.
Probably like 60,
I think he was
50,
on
60.
Jeez.
So we gotta sort that out, man. You know what I mean? Like for me, we've got to do everything within our power to convince this guy to stay. If that's putting him on 250k a week and making him the highest paid, in fact, he's not even the highest paid goalkeeper. Let me find out who's the highest paid goalkeeper.
I'm just doing that now. Highest earning.
What is in salary? I think it's Manuel Neuer.
Yeah. Neuer's
It'd
on
have to be Manuel Neuer.
Neuer's on 350, but look how long he's been at Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So my argument would be, I know people would be like, you can't give Edison 350k a week. Well, hang on a minute. Neuer is 38.
Hang on a minute. Listen to this. Chesney, he's on more.
Yeah, no. Go on. Give us the full list. Can you share the screen?
Well, you'll be on even more if the rumors are true and going Saudi.
No, because it won't let me do it unless you can do it. Kasper Schmeichel's on more, but Alisson's on more, which I get.
Yeah, I'll share the screen.
Kepa's on more. Jesus.
This is the list here.
Yep.
That's mad.
Look at this.
Yeah.
How many of those goalkeepers on that list are actually better than Edison?
Well, I'd argue none of them. Not as important as
I'd say
because there's a few on there that are better shot stoppers, but then none of them would suit a Pep lineup better than Edison.
See, you've even got Cabell's on. Yeah. Pickford's on. Jesus. Ramsdale's on more. He's number 2.
Is there any surprise he's spitting out his dummy?
No, I'm actually not surprised.
He's massively underpaid. Like, I'm not being funny, yeah. I'd put him on like 250k a week. I'd put him on 250, 300 grand a week all day long. Because I know. No, Martin, let me explain the reason why, yeah. Is because we have a goalkeeper now that is brilliant for our system and brilliant for our team, right? He works and he's 30 years old. Manuel Neuer is 38. So if you can avoid him leaving Edison by putting him on 300k a week, 250k a week, and you could keep him for the next 8 years, I don't have to worry about that goalkeeper position for 8 years. Whereas if we let him go and buy this Maignan guy for AC Milan, there is no guarantee at all that will work. And then we're going to be in the same situation the year after, just like we was with Claudio Bravo, searching for a new goalkeeper. And it's not just Maignan, it's the Porto goalkeeper, whoever we get in. Point is, if you get a new goalkeeper, there's no guarantee it works. Why would we mess around by selling him, not getting the proper true market value, because we won't get the true market, we'll get a half price deal. Yeah. Messing around signing a new, go to him and say, Edison, you've been massively underpaid for the last years. You're not on market rate. We want to fix that. And we want to put you in the top 3 goalkeeper pays in the world. We want to put you above. I'd put him above Courtois. I'd say we'll put you 3rd on that list. We'll put you on 300 grand a week. You're the 3rd highest goalkeeper in Europe. That's how much we value you.
I get it. Because especially with the contract negotiations we're doing at the moment, you're going to get Foden's going to become probably second highest earner, 3rd highest earner. Diaz is getting renegotiated. You're getting Haaland, of course, will try and get renegotiated. You know, I can see why Edison's not Rodri. I can see why Edison's a little bit peeved off.
Oh, yeah. But I think this is what
100%.
I think this is what it is. I think he is just throwing a bit of a sulk, and his agent's doing his work, which he would do. Go and find out what you can get elsewhere and use that as your bargaining chip. If somebody somewhere is saying, "Well, we'll pay 500," and I get it's in Saudi, so it'd be different type. But even still, he can then go to City and say, "Well, sorry, they're offering me this. I want at least 3 to stay here." So yeah, you can't blame him. But I think it is part of his little sulk he's having at the moment, and in the end game he'll stay, I hope.
Yeah.
The only thing it's, I mean, you said that about buying number one. Ortega must have been promised something or been offered the opportunity for something to sign that contract.
I don't think necessarily that's true. I think Tiki made it.
You think he signed it and said, "Yeah, I'll be number 2 again."
Yeah, I think Tiki made that abundantly clear in what he said when he signed the contract. Tiki said he's the best number 2 in the world. He made it abundant. He didn't say like, "Oh, Ortega really pushes the team. He does this, he does that." He said he is the best number 2 in the world. He made it for me clear in that announcement that this guy's a number 2. Otherwise, why did he say that? Why would he say that? If you're, so basically you're saying you think Ortega's been promised like more?
No. I don't think he's been promised anything. I think he might have been. I think they might have said to him, "You'll get an opportunity at some point." To prove
you only
it.
but you only get that opportunity if Edison starts being bad. You can't just give him the opportunity off on a whim, can you? You can only give that opportunity.
There was a quote somewhere where Ortega did say, I want to try and fight for the number 1 spot."
Yeah, no, of course, but he's always going to say that, isn't he? And he probably does. He is fighting for the number 1 spot. But my point is, if Edison is playing well, don't matter how good Ortega is for me. Ortega doesn't get in there because what Edison brings is huge. So I don't think Ortega is. I think he's probably been told he's going to play all the FA Cup games. He's probably going to play all the Carabao Cup games. He might play 1 or 2 Champions League group stage games, whatever, especially now that there's 8 matches. You might trust him a bit more in that. But for me, I just think that like Ortega is going to stay as a number 2. And we should go to Edison and we should say, "Listen, we're going to make you the 3rd highest paid goalkeeper in Europe. Put him on 300k a week." And I know people be like, "That's mad," but my opinion on it isn't that you're paying a 300 grand a week for a goalkeeper. First of all, there's nothing wrong with that. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And second of all, if you can keep him for the next 8 years, you don't have to worry about that position. Look how long Bayern have had Neuer for. They don't have to worry about the goalkeeper position for 2 decades. Or whatever they signed. He probably signed him when he was, 22, 23. I think they got him from Schalke.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. The only thing I would say is, this is just me, you look at Bayern now, they've got 4 main players that they need to renegotiate with.
Right.
You've got Kimmich, who we don't know whether he's leaving or not. You've got Musiala, you've got Sane, and you've got Alphonso Davies.
Okay.
I don't think Bayern can afford to put all them on top of it. Yeah, I think we've got to be careful. I think, he deserves a bump. 300 grand, I think it's a bit up there.
Well, I just think you have to make a statement to him. I think he's feeling a bit unloved, if I'm being honest. Now, you might say that's a bit wet or whatever, but I just think that's the truth. I think
I agree with you. I do agree.
The guy's seen all the love Ortega was getting at the end of the year, thinking, "Hang on a minute, guy makes 1 save against Spurs. What about all the saves I've made this season? What about all the plays I've made this season?" Then he probably looks at the wage, his agent saying, "Hang on a minute, bro. Not only are you not getting the love that you deserve, you're also mad underpaid. What's going on here?" He's probably spat his dummy out. So I think you need to go to him and just be like, "Listen, we're going to sort this out. Make him one of the highest paid goalkeepers in the world. And then boom, you've got him locked off for the next 5-6 years. You don't have to worry about the goalkeeper position."
How much is he on? Because where do you
100.
get your... I'm on Salary Sport. I don't
100K.
know there any good.
This is
He's on 180 grand a week.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. No, everyone that... What are you looking at?
Salary Sport. Manchester
Nah.
City's weekly. I don't know. I don't know where to fully go with wages.
All the ones that I've looked at say 100.
Yeah, is it Sports? I don't know. I'll see on here. This is what I mean. Some of them are all very different.
Oh, the ones that I've looked at, all...
Yeah, he's
all
on 100 grand on this one. 100 grand.
Capology, 100k.
Yeah, I've
Sports
got, I
Track,
found it. Yeah, I don't know where they
100K.
got 180 from then.
When did he sign his last contract?
Oh, don't know.
What do you reckon?
He
He signed it in 2021. He signed a
Yeah.
new contract in 2021.
Can I just quickly say that Ortega, I don't think him signing an extension has anything to do with whether Edison goes or stays. As soon as that come out, it was, Edison's going. The plan was to renew both anyway. So they're not linked. That narrative's definitely not right. He may go, but it's not because Ortega's staying. We want 2 top-class keepers.
Yeah, no, 100%. You got to have to, I mean, we paid the price with Zach Steffen when we realised that. I think the club now realise that you can't do that. You've got to have 2 top-class goalkeepers. Not only because, you know, if you are going to play the backup goalkeeper in the domestic cups, you need a good goalkeeper, but you've got to be prepared in case there's an injury. So your main goalkeeper. I mean, look at what's happened at Real Madrid this year. Courtois gets injured for the whole season, and they ended up playing the third choice Lunnin in goal. And he was actually pretty decent. And if he was crap, they wouldn't have won the league.
Yeah,
well, so you've got to have strength.
The mad thing with Edison is he gets injured because he goes out flying out of his goal, or like the Forest one where the ball comes in and he just jumps, doesn't give a shit what's there, puts it all on the line. That's another reason I love him.
It's a combination of, I think it's a combination of that too, Tony, the fact that he has been targeted. You notice he has been targeted in a lot more games since the last couple of years.
I'm just looking at our wages at the minute. And then once everyone gets their bumps, we're going to have a mad wage system.
Well,
it's going to be, honestly, it's going to be mad.
No.
Kanji's on nearly 200 grand a week. Doku's only on 50, so probably in about
a year,
6 months, he'll probably get a bump.
Yeah.
Foden's going up to 375. Diaz is going up. Haaland's is going up. De Bruyne, we don't know, you know, so.
Well, this is why we've been screwed by that anchor rule. Yeah, that's why we've been screwed by this anchor rule that's coming in. Because we was chilling on the FFP, the new rule that came in, where it's a percentage of your turnover. We was calm. We was in the bottom 5 teams. We was completely fine. And then as soon as they brought in the anchor rule, it's like we're now screwed. I think we're the second worst.
Yeah, we're gonna have 5 players on over 300 grand a week.
Exactly. But the one thing that I would say is KDB will be dropping off next year.
PSI inflation.
Well, KDB will go next year. He's on 400, so he'll go next season. I mean, you're probably going to replace him with a Verts, Musiala, someone like that, but they're not going to come in on 400k a week. They'll probably come in on 250, 275, 300. So you're going to save a bit there anyway. You know, but what can you do? I mean, this is why this new rule, this anchoring system, is just crap, man. Because it's like, if the teams need to pay players the money that they're owed based off market rate, how are you going to do this?
Gavardio's on 200 grand a week.
You see?
Yeah.
What's Cancelo on?
225. No, 250 according to this.
Yeah, get him out. So he's going.
Calvin Phillips is on 130 and Cancelo's on 250. It's like,
it'd be such a relief if we got those 2 out, because that's just 2. Yeah. That's 2 albatross contracts right there.
Those were the reason we couldn't get rid of Otamendi at the time, if you remember, because of the damn wages he was on.
Yeah,
like an albatross round our neck.
I want to show you the. Let me see if I find the. Yeah, here we go. So if I bring up this, big up to Blue City Brain on Twitter, he does all the graphics. I'm sure you all know where he is. But this is, you might not be able to fully see this because I can't zoom in, unfortunately. In fact, if I open this, can I open this in? I'll see if I can open this in like a. Can I open that in? I don't know what I'm talking about, boys. Someone help me out.
What are you trying to do?
I had this problem when I was doing that video the other day. I couldn't zoom it in.
Yeah, let me open this.
City's on wages 422.9 million.
Yeah.
Annually. What's that? And amortization 145.4 million.
Yeah.
And then what is that week? Is that WA? Is that meant to be weekly?
Wages amortized.
Oh, wages I'm at 568.3 million. Makes us second, doesn't it?
I think I saw it. Boom! Come on! Look at that.
See, my eyes aren't actually as bad as what I thought.
Do you see that then, Martin? Or nah? Right, here we go. So basically, yeah, the new rule is that you can only spend like a percentage or times, sorry, like 4 or 5 times. Has it actually been agreed what the times is? Because it was up for debate, wasn't it? You can only spend like 4 or 5 times what the bottom club earns off of like TV money and that kind of stuff. Do we know what that figure is yet, or have they not agreed it? Because when they were talking about it, they're not agreeing it. So you have to look at this bottom figure here, 568.3, and I think we're at the top end.
Chelsea.
So we are in difficult position with signing players and wages and transfer fees and that.
I didn't actually realise we had a bigger wage bill than United.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and they're all getting bumps. That's going bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and you haven't included any new signings yet.
Yeah, I was going to say people still want 4 to 6 new bloody signings.
Now you know why we're not signing 6 players.
Yeah, that's why we're not signing Neves and bloody everybody else. Yeah, it proves it's a farce though. Chelsea 600, they weren't even in bloody Europe, and they're still flying the money about. Yeah, after all, I say
that's a good point, then, mate. Though, is that last year's? Don't forget they'll have the treble bonuses on that.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, you can have all the treble bonuses put onto that.
Yeah, 2023 you've got there. Also, this rule it comes into force next year, but there's no punishment if you break it. It's the year after where there's punishment if you break it. So next year it's still the normal rules, but next year they're trialing this new rule out to see. They try to see like who would break it, is it reasonable, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so call it a shadow year, or whatever it is.
Yeah, shadow year is what it is. Yeah, I'll put this on screen so you guys can see it. This is the official announcement of the Premier League statement about this new anchor rule. It says, at the next Premier League annual general meeting, at the Premier League's annual general meeting today, clubs agreed to trial an alternative league-wide financial system next season on a non-binding basis. So there's no guarantee we'll go ahead with this anyway. The existing profit and sustainability rules will remain in place, but clubs will trial a squad cost rule and top to bottom anchoring rules. So this bit, my understanding is fine. We was fine on that. We was in the bottom 5 teams for squad cost rules. But then when you add this in, it puts us to the second worst, as you could see on the graph, because whilst our revenue is at a level that we can cope with the squad cost rule, yeah, when you add in the anchor, which is around 560 mil or something like that, depending on what the times is, we get screwed. It says this will enable the league and clubs to fully evaluate the system, including the operation of UEFA's equivalent new financial rule regulations, and to complete its own consultation with relevant stakeholders. The overall system aims to improve and preserves clubs' financial sustainability and the competitive balance between the Premier League, promote aspirations of the clubs, facilitate a workable alignment with other relevant competitions, and support clubs' competitiveness in UEFA club competitions, which I guess City will argue that this is not going to happen. Yeah. Because, if we're struggling to put players on new wages and sign players, then obviously that's a lot of BS. While providing certainty and clarity for clubs, fans, stakeholders, SCR will regulate on-pitch spend to a proportion, 85% of a club's football revenue and net profit loss on a player sale. So again, that was fine. That bit was fine. We was chilling on that. Top to bottom anchoring is a league level anchor linked to football costs based on multiple of the forecast lowest central distribution for that season. It's designed to be a preemptive measure to protect the competitiveness balance of the Premier League. This protection is intended not to have an impact unless significant revenue divergence of clubs occurs. So yeah, it's a 2-bit rule book. The first bit, fine. You can only spend 85% of your revenue. No problem. We can do that. You've seen the graph before. Our revenue is what? 700, 800 million quid. You're spending 450. You're chilling. You're absolutely fine. You're well within the 85%. You throw in the top to bottom anchor in. Oh, yeah, we can only spend 85% of your revenue, but it can only be a maximum of a times percentage, which you've not included in this, which is a bit annoying, of the bottom club, which will probably be about 450, 500 million. So it puts us right on the threshold. Now, my argument is, well, what are you going to do with that other money then? If City are getting 700, 800 million in revenue, but we can only spend 450 million, 500 million a year, where's that extra money going?
I don't like that bottom line. That last sentence is really... This protection is intended not to have an impact unless significant revenue divergence of clubs occurs.
Which you could argue it's already happening.
Yeah, you're going to get that. Because City and
happening.
Chelsea and that are going to spend more than Ipswich Town.
Yeah, but the revenues are already massively different anyway.
Yeah, so what are we doing here? That is a mad... That sentence is already in place. I don't know why they put that in. That's what they want. They want a level playing field, and they're never going to get it. They're trying to shut the door when the herd of horses or whatever they are, I'm gone.
When
the
you
horses
say
bolted.
Sorry, Pat.
No, I was just correcting Martin's quote. It just wasn't quite hitting.
I was just going to say, Martin, when you say level playing field, I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's what they're going for, level playing field.
More level than others, yeah.
What they're trying to do is pull us back, aren't they? They're trying to pull us back.
When you actually say it, it sounds decent. But the problem is when you have players that need to get pay rise because they're not on fair market value, it makes it difficult. So yeah, I found this now. So Southampton last year, they finished bottom. They earned 103.6 million. Right, that's how much they earned. So if we don't know what the anchoring rule is going to be because the Premier League haven't included it in that, but say it's 5 times, that give clubs a maximum of 518 million pounds to spend, which again it looks like we'd be over it because we're on 568. So it depends what the times thing is going to be. Is it going to be 5 times? Is it going to be 6 times? What's it going to be?
Yeah, but do, like Martin said, do remember that this will include the treble payments. I do wonder if the accounting people at City are sat there going, don't win the bloody treble. Don't win the pissing treble again. We can't afford to pay these bloody players. So when we crashed out the Real, they were like, yes.
Yeah. And also that fee was the... Did that include the 3 years? That still includes the Jack Grealish bits, doesn't it? Because we signed him 3 years ago. So this figure here that Blue City Brian did for 2023, am I right in saying that would have included Jack Grealish's payment as well? 2023. Because we signed him in what, 2020?
Yeah, could do.
Was it a 3-year payment plan? I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, effectively, long story short, I'm going to come to these super chats now. This new rule, which is only being trialed next year. So City are fine on FFP next year. We've got no concerns about FFP next year, is my understanding. But the year after, if these rules come into place, depending on what that multiplier is, we could be on the edge. Let me come to some of these super chats. Guys, make sure you smash a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Let's get those likes up, man. We've got over 1,000 people tuned in across YouTube and X as well. So big up to everyone that's tuned in. MCFC says, hope you all well. Thanks for all the content and updates. Martin had a Bruno Bombazzo last night.
There you go. Go on, Martin.
He's ITK. He knows.
Level 2. Level 1.
Tone, you're ITK. Yeah.
No.
Tone's the ITK, I'm not.
He's both are. Just me and Pat just sat here on our own, not knowing what's going on.
I don't put it on Twitter,
Yeah.
Tone does. Tone's high levels up.
Very true.
Big up to Pat. It says Eddie really wants to go. Well, I don't know, bro. Is he just playing for a new deal, or does he actually legit want to leave? I hope he doesn't want to leave.
He don't want to go. He's just sulking. He's just bloody sulking.
I hope he's just sulking.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I hope this is not your Sane situation here, Tony. You're like, no, we're not buying a winger.
I don't. Yeah. And then Doku moves the next day. Fucking hell.
We'll see. Hopefully not. Donna's come in with a new membership as well. Be up to Donna. And it says, Mr. LB, what's your prediction for the Euro winner? It's probably France, isn't it? Let's be honest. Sorry to be boring, but it just is. Mr. LB, sorry I embarrassed you on LB. I was drunk. I don't actually know what you're talking about. I don't even mean. Source Monster says, what's up, guys? Sending love from the USA. Big up to you, bro. We're all good here, man. We're all good here. Hope you're doing well as well. Big up to Darcy. Says, if we lost Eddie, I'd love Cobalt. That guy will be the best keeper in the world soon. Any of you guys seen much of that Cobalt guy? Is he decent or what?
Only in the Champions League final, but he looked pretty good.
He's already on, by the way, 150 grand a week.
That's right, yeah.
And how much are you going to pay for him?
That's
40, I think he's valued at 40 million.
You're not
so
getting
why not just save the money and give that money to Edison?
That's my point. That's my point.
But no, you went to 300 grand. You were giving him Christmas, the next 5 years Christmas presents.
Bruh.
That is some bump 90 grand to 300.
I'm telling you, mate, in a few years' time, inflation and that 300 grand a week will be nothing to these players. I'm telling you, man.
By the way, sorry, I'm getting cooked here in the comments.
You are.
Bruno was done. I said it's 98%. I said there's always that. Nothing is ever 100%. Don't all come at me if Bruno pulls out. I'm just. And that sounds wrong.
Oh my.
It's
Are you done?
confident, but you never know.
You never know. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what goalkeeper I'd get if Edison leaves. I'd probably just cry and just wait to find out who's coming in. But I have literally no idea what goalkeeper to pick because I didn't think he was going to leave. So I've not really been thinking about it until the season ended. And then I was like, it's too late now.
He's not going.
Yeah,
Do you think he was just angry and came out with a really silly comment?
I think the guy's seen his ass when everybody started loving on Ortega for making one save against Spurs, right? And he was like, whoa, people were like, Ortega's won the league for City. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. Yeah, kind of. But at the same time, what about the other 30, 35 games that Edison played in or whatever he played in? And then he probably got annoyed at that. Like, you all heard the cheers for Ortega when we won the league. And then they got lifted the trophy. Ortega got bigger cheers than Edison. Again, he's probably thinking, hang on a minute, why are you all cheering Ortega like that and not me? And then he's probably had a word with his agent, and his agent's pretty crap. His agent probably looked at his wage and gone, oh, yeah, you're also massively, massively underpaid.
Well, his agent is Georgie Mendes, who is basically the agent for all the big Portuguese players. He'll be if he isn't already in Manchester, he'll be in Manchester at some point in the next few weeks anyway, probably looking to put some of his players in the shop window or looking to try and give him more big bumper contracts. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jorge Mendes has probably got into his head as well, saying, yeah, you need to look at your options, mate, because you're getting vastly underpaid at your current employer.
That's the thing with agents. An agent only gets money if they do a contract negotiation or they move. It is the worst thing for an agent if a player just sits there and does, just plays and plays and plays for 3 years, never gets contract offer, never moves anywhere. The agent makes no money out of him.
Nah, they get a percentage of the wage.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a lot then, is it, Mendes?
Well, if it's 5%.
Cool.
He probably looks after about 40 players.
You know what Mendes is like? Mendes is a proper make him an agent. Tries to move his players around like anything.
But you are right to a certain degree. They do make more money when they get a transfer because they get like a fee.
Oh no, actually, I didn't. My brother knew an agent, but in the 90s this was.
Yeah.
Called Scott McGarver. Don't even heard him.
Nah, I can't.
He's not a big agent. He was like Steve Lomas's sort of level.
You know what I was going to say as well, right?
It was really shit on Steve Lomas, that, doesn't it? Sorry, I don't mean it in that way.
Now, you know what I was going to say as well? If Edison stays at City till the rest of his career, he could become the most played Premier League goalkeeper of all time because he's currently on 250 games played in the Premier League for City. and the leader is David James on 572. So if he stays for another 9 years, he could get close to that. What's 38 times 9?
Plus, the Saudi League don't always pay everybody.
142, I think.
Yeah, so basically, if Ederson was to stay 9 more years, right, play every game in the Premier League, he'd be on he end up on 592 Premier League appearances. So he'd be number 1 goalkeeper. And by the way, he's got a little bit of margin there not to play some games. He's got 20 games there that he don't have to play. So he could have 20 games missed in the Premier League in that 9 years. He'd be the most played goalkeeper of all time. Stuff like that. Does that not look at you and go, oh, that's pretty sick, that?
And it's a good shout too, because every time we think he's going to be injured for a few weeks, he comes back. He comes back within about 5 days.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That depends on if the new manager, because Pepe's staying for 9 years, I'll be. The new manager might not want this play out from the back.
Of course they will. They're not going to get fucking Tony Pulis, bro.
No, I don't mean that. Don't mean that. But they might want a young goalie in.
Why would you do that? Surely you'd have experience. No way.
Newcastle just buying James Trafford.
Yeah, not as a number 1 though. Surely not buying him.
There's number 2.
Yeah, I think he is.
Well, who's number? Oh, Pope. He's injured, isn't he?
No way you watch James Trafford last year and go, he's good enough for Newcastle number 1.
No, I do. I think he's jumped too soon, but he saw his dummy when he became number 2 at Burnley, didn't he? And Muric went back in.
But he didn't. Muric deserved to go back in. Trafford wasn't good last year. From what I've seen, didn't watch every game, of course, but every time I watched him, he didn't look particularly.
I think it was a bit of both. I think it was Trafford and the defence in front of him.
Yeah, of course. Let me come back to some of these super chats, man. Big up Darcy. Donna says, LB, who will score most goals in Euros this year? Mbappe? I don't know. Just go for the easy option every time. MCFC says, Ornstein said we're still interested in Elise. Do you think we could make a move? Also, when do you think we'll get a Bruno? Here we go from the big sources. Well, apparently Bruno's release clause ends on the 24th, which is
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. So if City want to activate the release clause, it'll be before then. It'll be the next 10 days. Elise, yeah, I seen this last night. I'm just going to get a drink. What are you guys saying, Elise? Surely this is...
I don't know, yeah.
No, I don't. No, I agree with Martin. Yeah, I don't. I think Eze more.
Yeah. If there is an Eze, then yeah, because I think me and you got the same name, didn't we? Eze was the name we got, not Elisa. Plus, I don't see where Elisa fits when Bernardo's staying. You're bringing in Savio. I know there's potential, but at the moment, Savio's looking very, very promising for Brazil, etc. At the minute. You've got Doku, you've got Grealish, you've got Oscar Bob who's going to want more minutes. I don't see another winger as priority.
Yeah, I think Eze is more realistic, to be honest. And I think Olise might be going to Chelsea, although apparently it's a Champ League club that can activate the clause, so they're going to probably have to pay more.
I know Newcastle have looked at triggering the clause for Elisa. Where have Newcastle suddenly got 60 million quid whacked in from?
Yeah. Oh, I wonder. I bet you, right, what'll happen this one.
Not saying out here, But why Newcastle bidding 60 million quid all of a sudden on players? Are they coming to their money, or do they know money's coming away?
What date is it? 24th of June for Bruno?
24th.
You wait.
And
right?
Newcastle last night, the reports were.
Oh, right. You wait until the 23rd and Chicky puts in a 70 million plus 10 add-on for him. And everyone's sat there.
That's why I said 98 and not 100, because that would not put me behind with Cheeky to go, here's 80 million quid. No, we told you 100. Stop it.
98. It'd be 92 plus 8 million add-ons. Just pay the 100 million toll.
Yeah. No,
I do think Elise will end up at Chelsea, though. I don't see Newcastle. I mean, it's great for Newcastle to show that intent, but I don't see Elise at ours.
So are they making Palmer then a number 10?
No, I think they're probably looking at, well...
Surely they'll put him in the middle then. I know he played a lot in the middle anyway, but I'm saying like,
Well,
is
he
he?
was
Is it
left
that?
hand side for Chelsea then.
Well,
Then
he
at
could
least
change
he
it.
could play either. Could you do
Mudryk
Elise left, Palmer right?
Nah, you want at least on the right, bro. He's a Mahrez regen, isn't it?
Yeah, but LB, who would you rather have, Oliseh or Eze?
It depends on like what we need. Like right now, we don't need a right winger.
No.
So I'd probably say Eze.
No room for one.
No, Bernie's staying by the looks of it.
You know what? I reckon the more I think about it, the more I think we're going to get Eze next year when KDB leaves. I just don't think we're going to sign Musiala or Verts. So I don't think it's happening.
I don't think Eze is the KDB replacement. You know, I think Eze is going to replace
Who?
Bernardo.
Alvarez.
Grealish.
Alvarez.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could go, you know. He could go this summer, Alvarez. He really could. Someone was saying, I think Martin's heard saying that he's
I'm hearing nothing anymore. I'm topping out this IT case.
I just want level 2 like you, Martin. I want to get promoted. I'm still at 3. But Alvarez,
Hey, I'm Vauxhall Conference. It's you, Super League.
Yeah, bollock. Alvarez, that he is, he'll say all the right things. Very similar to Bruno G, who's, I'm happy at Newcastle, I'm all good. But really, he wants to move to one of the top clubs, no offence, Newcastle fans, if anyone's in. And it's the same, I think, with Alvarez, maybe not to a top club. Yeah, he's happy, but there's always the but. I'm having a look. I'm having a little look. I'm open to a move if something material.
I think Alvarez will stay. I think he'll leave next year.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he'll do one more year.
And
Yeah,
because this is where I think Eze might come into play. And I think I said this recently on a stream. It wouldn't surprise me now. If you think Haaland's going to be here long term, does it make sense? Which, yeah. So say the answer to that is yes. If you think Haaland's going to be here long term, does it make sense in buying a backup striker? Or does it make sense in buying a false 9, a player that can play attacking midfield and maybe on the wings like an Olmo, like an Eze? Because the problem that you've got with a backup striker to Haaland, they're never ever going to play striker regularly unless Haaland gets a serious injury. So then what you end up doing, like what we've done with Alvarez, who's done it to a good job, to be fair, is sticking him in the midfield, sticking him on the wings. That's just not his game. So do you say, well, instead of doing that, instead of buying a backup striker who's never really going to play as a striker, bar maybe 10 games a season, and we're just going to force him in places of the pitch, which is just not going to happen, should we actually just say, you know what, we should have one striker, Haaland, and in case he gets injured, this other guy, Eze, whoever it is, will just revert to a false 9 system. And when Haaland is playing, this player is more suitable at playing in the midfield, more suitable at playing on the wings than a backup striker. You buy. I've seen that we were linked with Sesko. We buy Sesko. He's going to be on the bench. You're going to put him in midfield. You're going to put him on the wing. What's the point? You might as well just have one striker in Haaland, and then when he gets injured, just go to a false 9.
Yeah. Versatility is the key. That's what's most important.
Yeah, we cannot be buying players that are called backups anyway. I've said this somewhere else recently, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but we this squad thing of, we need more players. It's not. We just maybe need a stronger, ready-to-go core 2021. So you can't have, any backups anyway, I don't think. They should be, part of the team and anyone jumps in and out. I don't like the stuff around backups because to me that just makes it sound like they're not good enough. Go and sit and wait in the reserves until you're called up.
Well, or the player ahead of them is just far clear.
The problem is Alvarez doesn't want to be a backup.
Right,
and to be fair, he's too good to be a backup.
Correct.
This is the problem we had. This is just Gabriel Jesus, Martin.
Yeah.
And this is why I've always said to everyone, when we've said about Rodri, we've got to stop this. We need a backup to Rodri. The minute you call him a backup, they're out the door 18 months down the road.
How many games does Alvarez start next season? If Haaland especially, if everybody's fit, Haaland's fit all season, how many Premier League games will Alvarez really realistically start next season? And big Champ League games? Probably not many, unless we've got 3 in the
10 in group stages.
I'd say Premier League games starting.
Wait, starting or just appearances, as in combined, starting and off the bench?
Starting. I reckon he starts about 10 Prem games.
Oh,
and he starts about 4 Champions League games.
Yes, it's not enough. It's not for a player that quality.
And you know how it comes to that maths? 38 Premier League games, right? I'm going to say he starts 8 games as a striker in those 38 games, which I actually think is quite generous. And then he starts maybe 4 games, 5 games as a midfielder. Because what people forget is, people look at his minutes this year and go, how are you coming to that maths? He played loads of games this year. But the first half of the season, Kevin De Bruyne wasn't fit. He missed the first half of the season. So if we go to Alvarez's stats this season, yeah, and have a look in that first half of the season in the Premier League, how many games he started, you've effectively got to subtract most of them anyway, because next year that's not going to happen. Look, Premier League here. Look at all these games first half of the season that he started. Started every single game.
Mm-hmm. But the trouble is,
does he start those games if KDB's fit? No, he probably starts a few of them.
Look at the last 4 or 5 games when everyone was fit. And that's
exactly. Proof. There you go. Everyone's fit. He started none.
Yeah. Well, is that the time he's played? 8-8-1. Yeah. See, that's mad.
As soon as everyone got fit and we got to the business end of the season,
yeah,
he was back to the bench.
And that's been a similar story too compared to the previous season as well.
Right.
So I do think
his minutes dropped significantly in the last, say, 5 or 6 weeks of the season.
Exactly. So listen, I think he'll start around 8 games as a striker when Haaland gets a rest. And you know what? He might start 10 games as a midfielder. So he might start 18 games. But is that enough? Is that enough for I don't think it is. So I think he's going to leave next year.
It's enough for so long. And this is why I kept saying, listen, people forget how Mahrez made it very clear at the end. Pep made it clear. Palmer made it clear. You look at all the players we've let go. It's all generally for the same issues.
Yeah.
They're fine for a year or two. And then whenever we get someone in who's got more potential or younger or whatever, you know, Laporte was fantastic. You know, for me, warrior of a defender. But when he left, it's because his minutes were going. Jesus' minutes were going. Those minutes. Mahrez was fantastic for us. But look, when we hit the big games, when we played Bayern Munich and Real Madrid in that quarter and semi, and the final, Mahrez was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah,
he played 11 minutes against Madrid at home.
Yeah,
in 5 games. And Reid Mahrez doesn't want Sheffield United at Wembley in the semi-final. Doesn't want that.
No, I agree, and that's unfortunately why he left. You know, but this is the thing with Alvarez. I think he'll do 1 more year. Then next year sell him because he'll want to leave. And I don't think at that point, I don't think we should sign a striker. I think we should sign someone who can play midfield and maybe can play as a false 9. Although you don't necessarily have to play him as a false 9 because you can play other players there, like Foden could play there. We've seen that in the past. Bernardo's still here, knocking around. He could do it. Like there's other players that could do it, but I think you've got to look at more of like an attacking midfielder who can play everywhere. And actually, someone like Dani Olmo could do that job. That's where Dani Olmo becomes a slightly more of attractive signing, because I don't like to sign Dani Olmo, as a midfielder or as a winger. But to sign him as an Alvarez replacement, I actually look at that and go, you know what, that could work. That could actually work because he could play left wing, he could play right wing, he could play attacking mid, and he could play in striker if Haaland gets injured. I don't want him just as it is.
How much? Because that's why I like him, because he's versatile as well.
Yeah.
And
apparently Olmo has a release clause of 51 million.
Yeah, it's cheap. That's cheap for him.
But he's only 60 and he's homegrown.
But it's one thing being versatile, but it's another being good at being versatile. You know, it's all well and good playing 3, 4, 5 positions, but is he good enough? I don't know what I've seen. I'm not sure. Olmo.
I think it's to me. I'd have Messi over Olmo twice.
I think
I agree with you, but Olmo's a decent plan B.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah. They're both good players. I'll be open for either of them.
Well, where you were putting that Chiverdi, by the way?
Well, when
Yeah, so
KDB
every time
leaves, KDB replacement.
So we're not buying Musiala anymore.
Nah, stonks are on Echeverry, bro. Yeah, you laughing now, yeah? You're all laughing at
I'm
me.
laughing
You're not.
because
I'm telling you, bro.
we've just ditched out KDB, Echeverry. Everyone's like, Musiala. We're like,
Do
you
not,
ditched him completely. You're
do
not
not
right.
disrespect Echeverry. This guy, unreal baller.
Hang on,
Listen,
hang on. No, hang on. I'm gonna do what you did the other night.
what did I do?
This was your comment the other night. All these players, everyone says they watch week in, week out, and they know everything about them. And how many times do you watch Echeverry?
I watched it about 5 times.
So that's not a big enough sample size.
Oh, bro, I've seen 5 matches of this guy. He's a baller, bro.
The other night you said that wasn't a big enough sample size.
About who?
Savio.
Yeah, but still, that's different, isn't it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I think Echeverry is one to keep an eye on. But if Echeverry comes in next
He
January,
looks exciting. I'll give him. He looks.
Yeah, he
exciting.
does.
yeah.
See, I've been very impressed with Savio for Brazil.
Yeah, same. Yeah, looks very good. I think he's going to be shit up. I said.
Do you know what? Let's not sign anyone and just get all these young lads in, and we'll just go with what we got. Screw it.
What we're doing with Savio, because this guy wants to play left wing. We got 3 left wingers. We don't even play a left wing. We don't even play left wingers anymore. We play Gvardiol left wing. So we got 3 left wingers.
There going, you're all benched.
We don't even play left wingers, man. Why does this club refuse year after year for a decade to sign me a left back? But then we have 3 left wingers when we don't even play a left winger. We play Gvardiol there.
Yeah, but Doc,
we got a right winger who plays on the left, but then he's superseded by a centre back who does a better job than all of them.
What made it funny is we signed a right winger and put him on the left wing.
Yeah.
I
That's
know
what
it is.
we're referring to, Doc, yeah.
Which is one of the reasons Palmer left. Because he thought Doku was going to play right wing.
And to make it even more interesting too, what we're going the best part of 10 years now, we still haven't got a recognised left back.
That's what I'm saying.
Doku likes the right hand side, and I've seen Savio play right for Girona. I'm absolutely sure when I watched him, he was right side.
Mark, you said it before. You said one of the best formations we had last season was at home to Villa, because you had the combination of Grealish on the left for the control, and you had Doku on the right for the explosive pace and quick tempo.
Oh, I love
that. To be honest, yeah, I thought it was great. It was the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but what happens is sometimes this fan base, we all do, right? He played one game on the right, didn't play well. Next game played on the left and played well. And everyone just went, oh, he can't play right wing anymore. He's a left winger. He's better on the left. He can't. It's like, hang on a minute. You want to talk about sample size? Yeah, you give him 60 minutes on the right side. Yeah, and it's...
This up when you lot talking about sample sizes a lot.
Bro, it's crazy, man. I swear down. People just assume that Doku can't play on the right-hand side. It's mad.
Oh,
because he played one time there and didn't play particularly well. It's like, come on, man. That's where he played at Stade Rennes most of the time. When we did the watch-along, when he was at Stade Rennes and he was on that right-hand side, he absolutely slammed it. So I think people saying, oh, Doku can't play on the right, listen, that might be the outcome, but you need to see him more on the right-hand side before you say that. In my opinion, he's probably going to be stronger on the right because he can beat his man for pace down the wing, hit the byline, and just cut it back on his stronger foot. When he's on his left side, he hits the byline and he's crossing it with his weaker foot. So I think actually, people talk about his output and that, the ball never goes to a striker. Put him on the right side with his stronger foot, you might start getting a little bit more success there.
Yeah, that's it. What it'll be. Martin just saying about keeping the team, or said something about the youngsters. It really wouldn't surprise me if we got maybe Bruno G in, and then Gomez is going, and then shot, and we go with that 21
with Savio.
With Savio, yeah, he would be 22.
Yeah, just Savio and Bruno.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that at all.
No,
and to a certain degree, I don't think I'd be that disappointed with that anyway. Who leaves though, Tom? Who leaves in that?
Gomez.
What about midfielder? Nunes.
As much as that absolutely pains me, and it does pain me, Because unlike you, LB, I'm not giving up after the year. It was not a panic buy. I'm dying on this. This is my Alvarez right wing debate. He's not a panic buy. I'm not having it.
Okay.
There is a player there. He just play.
I never said that. I've never said the opposite of that. I've always said there's a player there. I've always said he's a good player. Don't mean I don't think it's all a panic buy.
You know what it is to me? I wanted him for years.
Did you?
You wanted him for years. You wanted him at Sporting.
Pep did.
Yeah, but I think Pep says
Pep wanted him for 2 seasons before he signed.
I think he says stuff at times that he doesn't really mean. He's just being.
Yeah, that lad at Leon.
Just being.
Aouar, however you.
Aouar.
The best
He
player
was
of
the best player in the world, and then suddenly no one signed him, and that was it.
There was something that Arsenal looked at him, but there's something to do with some of his off the field stuff, some religion thing or something that put people off. I think that's someone told me. I don't know if it's right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think Bruno in if possible, Nunes out,
98% possible. Yeah,
98% possible, and and then I just chill with it like that. I think that's what I'd have. I'd have Bruno in, Savio in, Nunes out, Gomez out, Cancelo
What do you
out.
think the chances of Bruno?
What?
Well, what's your percentage wise on Bruno?
Well, as it's coming from you, and you're saying 98, I'll probably say 0, bro.
No, hang on, whoa, where's that come from? Hang on, all right. Well, you see, you were off camera for this.
Are you taking the fucking piss?
Where did Newcastle suddenly lump 60 million quid in for Elise from?
Oh, they're the most.
Better money soon, are
they? Maybe they get a new sponsorship deal. I don't know.
He's not having it. Tell you what, if this is wrong, LB's going to message me at 3 a.m. going, see, bullshit. You're a liar.
Nah, listen, I think, look, obviously we are signing a midfielder, right? We are signing a midfielder. So there are a good chance that it could be Bruno. He's got a release clause. I don't think 100 million is mad outrageous. I probably value him at sort of, I don't know, 65, 70. But at the end of the day, 100 mil, like, look at Rice. Was he worth 105 mil? Probably not. But no Arsenal fans looking at that now going, we overpaid. Everyone's looking at it saying, yeah, great signing. So sometimes you've got to make the signing, and it looks to it like Kyle Walker, for example. When we signed Kyle Walker from Spurs for 50 mil, everyone went, what the hell is City doing? 50 mil on a right back? Wow, what? Bro, no one's saying that anymore. He's been probably the best right back this country's ever seen.
Yeah, do you remember that was a massive up when we did that one.
Everyone
was worse. We got Mendy as well, like we spent 50 on. 50 on Walk. We spent 100 million on 2 fullbacks, and we got.
Yeah, but to be fair, we had not everyone left. We had no fullbacks.
We had no fullbacks.
Everyone says you can spend 100. Yeah, but we had none.
The other reason why Karl Walker panned out as well for City was because all Spurs fans are saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. We've got Danny Rose. We'll have that go for you."
I wanted, that was the left back I wanted. I wanted to do a double deal with Danny Rose and Walker because those two were the best 2 fullbacks in the league at that point.
Yeah. I've always
and then Danny Rose just went cliff jump.
No.
He just fell off it.
It's such a shame too because people dump on Mendy, but you got to remember that the starts of those first 2 seasons he had at City were unbelievable until he had those horrible injuries.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of Monaco Mendy. We had a little bit of Monaco Mendy.
Are you trying to get me cancelled? What are you doing here? You trying to get me cancelled off this?
No, because they're all spamming 98% now in the comments.
I'm waiting for you to do that. That's brilliant.
I haven't got the comments up.
It's gone from 115 to 98%.
Right, let me go through some more of these chats, man. Ed says LB finally coming around to a Bruno Rodri midfield will be scary. I actually am, bro. I'm massively coming around to Bruno Rodri.
Oh yes.
There's nobody else. That's the other thing. Douglas Luiz is gone.
Kimmich.
We ain't gonna get João Neves unless Bernardo goes the other way because I don't see us dropping 100. Listen, I'd love Neves. I think Neves is shit. I think he's amazing.
Paris, mate. Paris. Paris.
Other than that, and then there's that Varela, whatever he is at Porto. But I'm not seeing enough of him to smack 60 million down.
Yeah.
So who else is there? Paulinho's gone.
Kimmich.
I don't think Kimmich. I'd love him. Shirt number, name on the back of the lot with me, poster up on the wall.
I want a percentage, Martin. Kimmich. What?
Come on, what's the percentage?
It's a little bit lower this one. I think it's about 93%, 1% for every page read.
Oh dear me.
93.20.
Let me go through some more of these comments. I meant on terrorist. I embarrassed you. LB, am I less weird on chats today? Yeah, you are a lot less weird on chats today. You're getting better at this. You're getting better at this super chat stuff. Yeah. Right, cool. Anything else you guys want to discuss? What else can we discuss?
Oh dear, sorry. I've just been spent half the show laughing, I think.
What else is going on in the world of football, man? Anything? What are Arsenal doing? Let's do a little rival watch. Have Arsenal signed anyone? Oh yeah, the Palace sponsor. That might be a good one to show. Have you guys seen this?
No, it won't, because I'm not going to sit here and start going at Palace's sponsorship deals.
What do you mean?
Because we'll get look at these City fans being two-faced having a go at Palace.
Nah, I'm not saying nothing, bro. I'm just gonna show people the clip.
By the way, just while you're finding that, did anyone think Pep looked very happy yesterday in that meeting?
Oh yeah,
he did.
Doesn't look like a man who's about to walk out the door, is he? In a 12?
He had a pen in his hand when I saw him.
Yeah,
he was like, that 4 they were all showing. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Yeah.
Right. Look at this.
How sure were you?
Nah, it's
on a
not.
percentage.
Watch this clip.
Nothing to see here at all. Just Crystal Palace's new official front of shirt sponsor for next season, the well-established Net88 gambling company. Yes, the Vietnamese gambling company that has some fantastic advertisement will be smack bang front and center of Crystal Palace's shirt next season. Now, I'm making this video in the interest of fairness because if, for example, Manchester City had done this, everyone would be talking about it. This is the company's Twitter page, which has 0 followers, was created in December 2023. This is the native version of their Twitter page. But it is fine because yesterday they did create a new English account for all of their English fans, which has now a whopping 35 followers. Now, you might be thinking, is this company legitimate? Well, there is some sort of background here of the founder of Asia's #1 bookmaker, Net88. Just bear in mind that picture. Looks awfully familiar to a picture here from a YouTube video of a TikToker who died back in 2023. And that's because it is literally the very same picture. So basically, there is a company with no background, no history of ever existing, seemingly no actual employees or a founder, but they are the front of shirt sponsor for Crystal Palace next season. If that was Man City...
Well done, Palace.
Yeah. I mean,
we got the Eagles.
Yeah. I've been on a few things with Rory before. I'm sure you lads have as well. He's I know he gets a lot of stick and he gobs off and stuff, but he's a nice lad. But
it's a good. He's a City hater and nothing else.
Yeah. No, we'll just very quickly. I don't want to be too harsh on this, but someone did put in the chat when I was on Mo that put something on there that I literally had to leave the show 5 minutes. There's someone called in Bella Ramsey, and I literally just saw it, and that was it. I was done. I said to Mark, "Sorry, mate, I've got to go." But yeah, I can't even remember what I was going to say now. Throw my own thing out, but yeah, fair play. That was City's quite right. Would get absolutely rinsed. Would be on the front page of the Mail and everywhere else. Yes, different standards, like the Liverpool with the standard chartered. Is that what they call standard chartered or something?
Yeah, it is weird though, isn't it?
That's not in the media.
Yeah. The thing is though, do you know that Net88, right? Like, I googled it, I couldn't find any sort of website, anything for it. Like, so not that I'm like cooking Palace here, because I find it more curious as to like, because obviously we've had it in the past. We've had these deals where it's like, who the fuck is this company? Like, no one's ever heard of. Like, what is it? What's going on here? Do we think there's some mad conspiracy going on here? Is it a real bookmaker, bro? Because I can't see nothing. And you know what? Whenever a club signs a deal with one of these sponsors, from the Far East, right? Every time you go on the website, it's never working. It always says, website gonna be here soon. So it's like, what's going on here then?
Well,
Is it a real
unable to
company?
establish connection with the server or something? Or
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how there's never an actual proper website. And the same with I think it's Leicester have just signed one with Dabet, and people are saying it's exactly the same. So what's going on here? There's some sort of conspiracy going on.
Yeah,
Who are these companies?
You know what it is? I think every single sponsorship deal is going to get looked at as dodgy now. Because what it is when you're trying to look for the smoking gun, you will try and find the smoking gun somewhere. Anything that happens now, there's no coincidence that Aston Villa, who just got into the Champions League, have only been able to sign an online betting sponsor for 1 year. Because of these new stupid rules now, where the director, for some weird reason, has got to sit now and write a letter or go in front of the panel and explain why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know football's a mess. It's a mess.
So no conspiracies.
Absolutely no. Yeah, company has absolutely no affiliation with the Premier League, and they've got to explain themselves why they want to spend their own money on a club.
So if you want a sponsor,
you ever heard anything like that before in your life? Yeah.
And the Premier League were there. The Premier League would want to speak to the chief exec or the co-owner of bloody Tesco. What's going on?
I don't know conspiracies because I don't really understand who. Obviously, the club's benefiting by getting X amount of money. I don't understand the web of it. I don't understand how that would work. I don't know what's going on. It is weird though, especially using someone that died as on the front of the bloody thing. Didn't know.
Well, this is the thing, and again, I'm not actually cooking Palace. I just find it interesting. It's curious, man. Like, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. Like, they can do what they want. For me, you just get the money in. But it's a company. It's another betting company, and we've had one in the past, I believe, where the website's not even done. So they're sponsoring for a company that's not even done, and there's no record of them anywhere. And whenever you go on, like, who's the CEO, it's always some, like, dodgy fake picture. And in this case, it's a picture of a woman who's sadly dead. So what's going on here? It's just conspiracy, man. Something's going on. And it's not just Palace, by the way. City, I think, are pretty much involved. Leicester have got it as well. Like, what's going on here? Or is it just like
Liverpool?
What's the legit answer to that question?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, who's
Simon Jordan. Let's see if Simon Jordan's got a lot to say about his ex-club.
He hasn't mentioned the Standard Chartered, though, I noticed.
No,
they don't need to talk about it because Craig's already seen the emails. It's fine.
Hey, Tony, I had a United fan tell me that we're cheats and that United have never broken any rules.
Yeah,
in the last 12 months, they failed FFP with UEFA and got fined for it. They're under investigation for tapping up Ashworth at Newcastle. It's like, come on now.
Yeah.
Liverpool are whiter than white, saints of the world. And now their sponsors are in trouble going into court for things that we won't talk about. So come on. What is this?
Yeah.
Arsenal fans tell everyone that City have got oil money because they don't realise where Emirates is from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see that article?
Well, the fact that it's in the same country.
Do you see the Martin Samuel article on the Times?
Yeah.
Very.
No one talks about it, LB.
No, very good article. Very good article.
All he's had is
personal
attacks thrown at him.
Yeah, but also, just to make a point here, that article is not available on the Times. I don't know how it was found, but when it was out and published, it wasn't actually on. If you went to Sport, Football, it still wasn't there. So, yeah, it's the same old bullshit. You say anything positive about City, it gets hidden. Even someone as noted as Martin Samuel. It's just crazy.
Did United tap up Wilcox and Barada, by the way? You're right.
Yeah.
Should we start a legal case on that?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But let's have a look at somebody's super chat before we wrap it up, guys. Big up to Darcy says, for me, Bruno is a much better buy to play alongside Rodri than Kimmich because he covers Rodri's weakness much better. Just makes more sense. I am going around to Bruno massively, bro. I did want Kimmich, but now I'm starting to think Bruno might be the one, actually. And big up to Tinsay says, if Etihad funds terrorists, we'd be charged and sold.
I didn't want to go down that road, so
Tinsay went down that road.
He's gone down that road. I was like, no, we're not using that word.
I'm going to do it. Listen, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Big up to everyone in the chat. Over 1,500 people live watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you guys smash a like if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you follow Martin at Horses City and MCFC Tone. Pat's not on Twitter. And make sure you're following Mancunian Way on YouTube. I think I've got everyone there, haven't I?
Yeah, follow us on Twitter because Tone and me are starting Twitter Spaces next week.
Woo! Yeah, Tuesday.
Twitter Spaces.
We're going to allow the real ITK to lead it.
Yeah,
so,
level 2.
Foxhole Conference is just being in the background.
Yeah, level 2 hosts, level 3 just sits in.
98% leadership skills.
Right, lads, we're going to wrap it up. Big up to everyone. Listen, live watch along tonight. Euros gets underway. 8 p.m. Going to start at 7 with all the pre-match build up. Germany versus Scotland. Don't know who will want to win, but we will be there. We'll be doing the live watch along. Make sure you come and join us. Smash a like, subscribe. I'll redirect you there. And I'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. Let's go.